Baba. 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 Ba. 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 Oh man. Ooh. A chupacabra. Chupacabra. La 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 la. Chupacabra. Chupacabra. La 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 la. Chupacabra. Chupacabra. Ba 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 ba. Poka poka papa. Papa papa. La 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 la. Chupacabra. Chupacabra. Ba la 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 la. Ooh, we got a Frenchie here. Frenchie. Oh, Frenchie. Yeah, this guy sucks. This guy stinks. Ew, bro. Okay. Chupacabra, chupacabra. Pa la 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 la. Chupacabra, chupacabra. Ba la 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 la. Balamana, ba da da da. Da 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 da. Tukaduru, tukaduru. Tukalokolokolopalo. Chupacabra, chupacabra. Oh man, I will say the illness slash spoiled chicken that I ate during that one Eid Dawat, the relative's house I went to and ate, it has mutated. It has mutated and has become a stronger version of itself. Now my coughs are a lot more, how do you say, powerful. A lot more powerful. A lot more powerful, honestly. Yeah, it sucks, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll be completely honest with you. I think I should actually move the chat like over here. No, 1 second. I feel like I should move the chat. 1 second. Honestly, yeah, I feel like I should just move the chat here. Because honestly, like, I'm never like here. This is a bit uncomfortable. But here, I kind of like it. I kind of prefer this, honestly. This is way better in my opinion. Now, of course, with this one, it's this is typical. This is whatever, right? But here, it's like, I feel like this is way better if the chat is on the bottom right. Because usually I tend to relax. I tend to, like, this is my relaxed position, Way, way better. So it was way better to have the chat in the opposite direction, yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. Chupacabra, chupacabra. La 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 la. Chupacabra, chupacabra. Ba da ba da ba da ba. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Ah, ba, 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 ba. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my god. Use this Sagama as your buff bar, press Y to swap between. Oh, why? First time gives an extra stat to the item based on where it was crafted. Overall solid gain homestead. Oh yeah, what happened to whatchamacallit? Oh, that's the wrong one. Homestuck? Is that the name of the thingy? Homestuck. Homestuck. It is. Yeah, it is. I honestly, to this day, I'm pretty sure I watched like a. Okay, that's a bit weird. I watched like a not a retrospect. Yeah, kind of like a retrospective, right? And I saw like Yeah, who is it made by? Andrew Hussey? Yeah, what else did he make? Andrew Hussey. What else did he make? What did people do for people to hate him? People hate him? Poor premium employees, credit artists, legal threats, attacking. Okay, cool. So he's just not a good person. I thought he made like other stuff, right? I thought he made other comics. No, am I crazy? Comics. Did he not make other comics? Oh well. Who cares? Don't care, don't care. Anyway, I'm checking out a Grim Dawn guy just to prepare myself for the new expansion that's coming out in June 21st, July 21st. I don't know. Oh, well, that's cool. Trying to finish the set but keep finding same items. You can use the inventor to transmute the item into another piece of the same set. What? Into another part of the same set. What? I had no idea. Quickest legendary is totems, mob shrine, Tuskies, not crucible. Crucible is slow. Okay, my bad. You don't have to shout. You don't have to shout. My bad. Spectre drop location. Blah 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 blah. For beginners. Is there a way to unlock futa mode? Wait, what? What? Oh man. I always mind move to spacebar. I thought spacebar was the dodge roll. Oh yeah, speaking of dodge roll, I've played Path of Exile 2 for quite a bit. I think I played it for like 2 hours or so. And after some time, I just kind of, how do you say it? I don't know, my character like progression, the progression from like from 1 to let's say like 7 was really really good, or like even 1 to 10 was really really good. But the problem is that there was a few problems with Path of Exile. One of the first ones is the fact that for example, it's instant based. So whenever you join a, let's say like a new, like any part of the map or like a new part of the map, right? A invisible timer starts going down. That's like 5 to 8 minutes long or 5 to 15 minutes long. And the problem is, hey, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get these kick. It's been a while, but get these kickbots out of here. Ew. As I was saying before I got rudely interrupted. Yeah, so it's like so after that invisible timer runs out, right? Whatever part of the map you've explored, right? It does not matter. The whole map just gets reset. Fog of war, boom, 0. Checkpoints, boom, 0. Everything is reset. And it makes absolutely 0 sense. It happened to me like 2, 3 times, and I was so confused. And in research, they designed it that way so that it's easier on the servers, which on one sense, fair enough, right? I understand the intention, but the execution is absolutely horrendous. Like, because, like, what do you mean? Like, I have to, like, redo the whole map, right? Like, obviously, a workaround to this would be to just finish the map and then go to the next area, get the checkpoint and all that shebang. But the problem is that, you know, backtracking is freaking horrendous. Because sometimes you have to backtrack to do like a side mission or things of that nature. And it just sucks. Like, come on now. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, imagine playing Grim Dawn or like Diablo or like Torchlight, right? You explore the whole map. Or like, yeah, let's say you explore the map and stuff, right? And then you're like, oh shit, I have to go to the previous area to do this quest or like to get something, right? You come back after like 20 minutes, boom, the whole map just resets. And another weird design thingy, right? Design flaw. It's a bit weird, right? It's the fact that the maps are semi randomly generated. For example, I was in this farm area, right? There's this farm area at Ogam Farmland, and it had this little secret event called the crop circle, where a bunch of mobs spawn and surround you. It was pretty fun. But basically, the first time I explored it, the entrance to the next area was on, I think, either at the bottom or it was on the left, right? And then once the instance reset, because I went to a previous area, I went to the Grellwood to do to get the freaking hooded one. It was a quest line. I come back, and obviously the map is reset, so I'm pissed. So I go to the bottom, then I check the left, and then I'm like, hold on, the entrance. What the fuck happened to the entrance? I thought the entrance was like here, no? And then I explore the right, and all of a sudden the freaking entrance is on the right. Like, what? What do you mean by that? Why? It's so weird. Like, what are these designs? What are these game designs? It's so weird. And don't get me started on the actual map design, right? I'll be completely honest with you. It might boil down, my complaints about the map design might boil down to I just want a linear map. And honestly, at this point, it might be better than that. It might be better than its current iteration, right? There's a lot of dead ends. Like, a lot of dead ends. Certain areas, it makes sense, right? For example, if you go to the mud hole or mud flat, I don't know what it's called, right? It's like this little maze area, right? Where it holds this, like, tree boss. Not a tree boss, it held this worm boss, right? In those types of maps, right, it makes sense for it to be like a maze, have a bunch of dead ends, right, a bunch of monsters, right? That makes sense, right? But in general, in the overworld map, right, there's a lot of dead ends, honestly. And yeah, then sometimes there's like, chests, or sometimes you'll find like, a quest, or sometimes you'll find like an optional like mini boss to fight and things of that nature. But for the large majority of these, for large majority, these dead ends, they're just dead ends. They just waste your time. And honestly, it might be better at this point. It might be better to just kind of shave off those dead ends that have nothing in it. For the optional, for the alternate paths that lead to at least something, right? Keep those, right? But honestly, like, what you could do, like, what they do is like they kind of like a branch out like a tree, right? It has like little gangly bits, right? When you see the whole map design, right? Honestly, what you could do is just shave it off into like a perfect circle. You could genuinely shave it off. At least you could genuinely shave off like 25% of the map area, and it would be a lot better, honestly. But it's also the fact that it has to be just designed. Like, it's not. It doesn't feel very well designed. It feels intentionally designed, just not in a good way. It feels maliciously designed to waste your time. It's terrible. I hate it. It's not good. Not good at all. So I'm not very happy about it. But yeah. And after that, like, but most importantly, in ARPGs, what I like is the progression of my character. That's why I really enjoyed the beginning and mid game of most ARPGs, because, like, okay, my character's progressing very nicely. I'm getting better equipment. I'm getting skills. I'm investing them into better skills, better passives, better shebang, right? And yeah, that's why I enjoyed. Actually, quite enjoyed Path of Exile 1. After I got over after I got over the hurdle, Path of Exile 1 was pretty fun. Of course, once I got to maps, it was like, whatever. It was the same feeling as once I got to raids in World of Warcraft. I just wasn't bothered. Honestly, I'm not bothered to play raids or like maps in Path of Exile or World of Warcraft. It's just, I'm the type to just play until, I'm just the type to play what is fun, and as soon as it gets boring, I just stop. Honestly, I just stop. Although I will say, I have been getting a bit of an itch to play Monster Sanctuary again. Oh my god, this game is so good, fam. I'll be honest, I did not give Monster Hunter Rise a good try, but I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. I just have no. I don't know, man. It sucks. This is such a good game, man. But this turn-based RPG awakened a longing for me for a more simpler, relaxing time. Basically, Pokemon were more strategic, more team-based building, all that shebang. So, for a large you find something like here, because all my icons line up correctly, as opposed to thinking about which one are line. I feel like this guy didn't get over the hurdle. Yeah, I feel like this guy didn't get over the hurdle, which sucks. Which is it sucks, but hey, it is what it is. Expedition 33. I think I'm gonna be waiting for. I don't know if they're gonna be making like a DLC or things or anything like that. Anything of the sort, like extra content. Buy Clear Obscures 33 plus Dead Cells. Why the fuck did they ban? Why the hell did they bundle that one? To be fair, you're getting it for much cheaper though, at least. So that's pretty good. Dispatch. That's interesting. Choices matter. Apparently, I watched a video, right? I watched a video about like a retrospective of Dispatch. Apparently, the choices don't really matter that much, honestly, which kind of sucks. I watched a challenge video from Deuce, where a level 1 only challenge. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Is this oh, this is soundtracks, isn't it? Cool. First anniversary. 8 million copies sold, baby. Holy moly. Oh my god, that's funny. Is that freaking hollow purple? Oh, I thought she was doing a hollow purple. That's funny. I kind of like this art style. It's funny. I don't know. I like it. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if they're gonna make like extra content or things like that. I know they added like super bosses and stuff, but I want like extra content, you know? Extra content. Anita Sarkeesian? Huh? What? So is this just a movie? If we don't get to actually play, I think he's talking about the beginning part. Which honestly, fair enough. I feel like the beginning part is just a bit too long. You're talking to all these NPCs, right? Because you're talking to all these NPCs hoping for like anything, but then you don't really get much. Even in the carnival section where you get all these items, they don't really do nothing. Negative reviews. The only thing correct is a photo at a public event. That's the thing about what that actually means. Okay. I hate the ending. I had the metaphysics. Okay. As not so when I want the story to be okay, whatever. Problem with mods. Ooh, there's mods. 1 second. Wait, there's a review bomb happening? Oh, is that what? Wait, hold on. 96, 91. Where the hell is the review bombing happening? I don't see any review. What the hell is happening? There's no review bomb at all. What? Mediocre at best, overrated game. Half the story maybe real the Final Fantasy X did this better. If it wasn't used so frequently, if it forces used or you want progress, it's fine if those were optional. That defeats, like, what the hell? This guy, what? This guy said that there's parrying and dodging in the game, and it's just like a core mechanic of, that means this is a classic case of the game not just not being for you. Hype is about to get through the 2 hour plus intro / tutorial. You can skip the tutorial. What? So the first time, fair enough, right? But then the second time, you couldn't just like skip it. Like what? What are you talking about? Is an RPG because you have no agency? Yeah, you do. Come on. Interactive novel. Okay. But yeah, again, I see no review bomb from about Anita. Game is so linear. I don't know. Maybe it is linear, but It's definitely optional areas. Oh man, but the optional fights, holy moly, the optional fights are so good. Too few dialogue choices, womp womp. Game tries to create a feeling of missing something when you miss a gameplay. Okay, again, I see no review bombing about Anita Sarkeesian, whatever. That being said, I'm pretty sure said, oh, what's this? Moonrise 4? Did I see this? Oh, this is the okay. It was one of those games. Anyway, what's happening with Slay the Spire 2? Is it still getting review bomb? Like honestly, at this point, like, yeah, it's look at this. Oh my god, how many months is this? April, May, no wait, May. Literally, yeah, literally the whole of May. Just review bombs happening. God damn, honestly. Jesus Christ, fam. Let's do one on the 30th of May. Look at this. 255, 293. Jesus Christ, man. Excluding off-topic review. Now, let me see. Nowhere near as fun as Einstein, so yeah, it seems like we went back to the title. Okay, not as fun as Slay the Spire 1. I heavily disagree. I think Slay the Spire 1 is so much more, whatchamacallit, it's like Slay the Spire 2 has so much more replayability. It's actually insane, in my opinion. Like, yeah, if you play a game for like, you know, hundreds of hours, it's gonna feel repetitive. You're gonna start seeing patterns. So, not as good as the first one. Disagree. It has been lost in the sauce for months, and then let's see the relics feel worthless. That's I don't know. I don't know about that. Elite fights are rarely, if ever, worth taking. Nah, they're worth taking. I've watched a lot of Slay the Spire 2 videos from like Caleb, Ball Lord, and some other ones. Let's see. Yeah, Caleb, look at this, fam, right? These guys always take elite fights. Now, of course, it's a risk management. They're not gonna take an elite fight versus like a campfire if they have like 20 HP out of 70. They're not gonna do that, so I don't know. And the beginning half of the game is way harder than anything you ever face in Act 3. That is true because, yeah, that's true. Act 1 and Act 2. Act 1 is super, super hard. Because it's super, super hard. Because, number one, you don't have a lot of cards. You don't have a build going. And number two, enemies hit really, really hard. Honestly, enemies hit really, really hard. So I feel like if you took some of the difficulty away from Act 1 and put it in Act 3, it would be a lot better. Act 3 or Act 2. But yeah, Act 3 is easier mostly due to the fact that you usually have a build going and you'll be alright. Good job, meta credit. What the fuck is this, man? Music in the shadow of his former several tracks from the first games that were unforgettable. Battle Trance, Mind Bloom, Battle Champ, Ha. I don't know. I was never really, I don't know. The music is like whatever. Slay the Spire 1 is still there, still good. La 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 la. 8 out of 10. Tends to have terrible scaling the time for a game so focus on RNG. Players should lose strength and dexterity each turn if the enemy gets to enemies in multiplayer get to hit every play for no logical reason. I mean, it is what it is. That's just how it. I don't know. It's just how it is. Damage most enemies get to do is incredibly high. Enemy health pools are weirdly high. That is true. For example, like the statue elite in Act 1, right? 127, 125 HP. Like, come on. Bro. That rivals literally the Act 1 boss. Like, seriously. Come on now. Right? Doesn't help the fact that you only get essentially 2 free turns of damage. And on the third turn, he hits extremely hard. So the best way to balance him would be to either reduce his health to like 100 HP or reduce the damage he does. But I don't know. whole point of role is to keep trying to get a really good build. This game is only make it good as card and hounds. We're going to play it once per card and cannot roll overwrite other cards. What the fuck? Okay, well, that's just not true, bro. If you watch literally any Slay the Spire 2 YouTubers such as Caleb, who by the way they always play, the majority of the time they play in Ascension 10. I only play in Ascension 1 because I'm still just trying to like you know, just enjoy the game. I don't want to stress myself out too much, you know? What the frick is this, bruv? But yeah, right now, all I'm doing is just, I'm sticking to Ascension 1 with every character, despite me able to go to, like, Ascension 4 or 5, right? At this point, I don't have to. I can just stick to Ascension 1, and just, you know, enjoy. It is what it is. Item pool of both relics and potions throughout the game, and basically 60, 35, 5 split, actually useful. I don't know, I think it just depends, right? Certain relics, such as like permafrost, is useless if you don't have any powers. Yeah, oh. Potentially in future updates. I mean, the BB doesn't. First game felt like an uphill battle, constantly trying new things and new ways to play. A slog, min/max. So you either get super good RNG, losing to attrition in the second half. Womp womp. Interesting. So apparently, oh yeah, off-topic review activity detected. So let's say like 10% of the reviews are off-topic. I think it will trigger it. Is that what it is? Maybe. Maybe. Made the game harder and less fun. I don't think so. They buffed characters quite a bit, especially the region. The region got pretty well buffed, honestly. Every bunch is they nerf or remove good cards. Buff enemies. They definitely do buff enemies, but they also nerf them as well. Honestly, I'm also kind of sparse at the moment, with it only being 10 Ascension, 3 action or alternates. Yeah, if you played it, you've played this game. I mean, yeah, that's how it is, right? It is what it is. You know, I'm curious, actually, what's happening with Dead Cells? Dead by Daylight. I don't think there's going to be a game I'm going to play less than Dead Cells. Wow, that game just, I have just no interest in. 79 hours. 79 hours. I'm pretty sure the highest boss cells I got to was like cell 3. This is a role where skills mainly matter. Sure, there's RNG elements, but it's control elements as well that help you shape your runs for a better boss. But it would always choose a skill over arbitrary RNG and roguelikes. Ooh. Conquer such games. No matter where I play, I don't know if it's a fresh run. The amount of runs is remarkable, even in vanilla. Yeah, this game is too much repetitive for a roguelike. Feels the same, the core gameplay ain't nothing that engaging. It depends, huh? If you always choose the same weapons and gadgets, utility, then yeah, maybe. Morbid Metal. Action roguelike, hack and slash, Dome Keeper. I actually played this game. This game feels like whatchamacallit. Maybe this game started out as a Flash game. I'm not sure, but it definitely feels like a Flash game. Nine Souls. This was a very, very good. It has very, very good gameplay. The problem is the story is, oh my god, there's just so much talking. There's just so much talking that I just stopped playing the game. Honestly, Mina the Hollower looks really good. Bow, bow, bow. Mega Bonk, I played this. It's whatever, you know. I think the only reverse bullet hell that I really enjoyed was Vampire Survivors, of course. Vampire Survivors. What the hell is this game? Is this like a dungeon crawler? Okay. It's a turn-based. Okay. It's a deck builder. Interesting. Okay, it's overwhelmingly positive, so that's a good sign. That shows the developer have the fundamentals of game design on back. Can wait for Vampire FPS and Vampire Total War. Gameplay gets very repetitive, and we didn't go from yeah, that's kind of like Vampire Survivors, so I'm not really surprised. This game has the weirdest looking character ever. It kind of freaks me out. Berserk or Die. Holy shit, this game looks insane. What the frick? 1 second. Balatro. I think I'm just too stupid to learn Balatro. But anyway, the other reverse bullet hell that I liked was the Norse one. Norse. I don't remember. Where is it? Nordic Ashes. Oh man, this is such a wow. This is such a good reverse bullet hell. Holy moly, this is such a good one. It's so good. I think this is better than Vampire Survivors. It's so good. I love it. It's awesome. The problem is, yeah, the problem is that once you get to like the later stages, like you finish all the stages, right? What happens is you just do the same stages, but just in harder difficulty. And it's just a bit, yeah, it just got a bit boring. But the meta progression of the seeds is very good. Unfortunately, it really slows down to a crawl, so progression just kind of halts a little bit. But this is so, yeah, this is honestly so, yeah, this is the seed. Ah, shit. Where is it? So you get these from just playing the game, and then you just invest it into these, and these are really good. You know, this is damage, but you mostly get it for, you mostly get exploration first, then structures, then you do combat, maybe even healing. But yeah, this is it's such a good game. I love this. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god. I'm gonna play this again, honestly. I think they definitely put in a lot more content, isn't it? DLC, free content. The bosses are like whatever. It's like, yeah, you got like ultimate abilities, which is fun. What are the let's see. Twilight of Yggdrasil. What is this? Halfway through the global challenge, don't know what that means. Nightmare mode, relics, not global, blah blah blah. Three new realms, gnocchi, new playable characters, skins, global challenge, lightning mode. Ooh, lightning mode. Is that like super fast mode? Relic bands. Ooh, that's so good. Honestly, relic bands or like item bands are so good, especially in games where there's a buttload of items, such as Magicraft. So good. What is this? Secret challenge. Relic band is very good. Its overall speed and making runs much more frantic and shorter. There won't be any kind of penalty on some amount of seeds as usual. I feel like this. Oh man, this is such a this is such a good quality of life. My God. I would say the relics. I remember the relics just being not that good. Yeah, the relics were very underwhelming. But the meta progression and just the upgrade, the character progression was just really good. Yeah, very good. Yeah, this is a very good game. Let's see, what's Ram the Mad God talking, yapping about? Nothing quite like a good, often great updates, planned plus years of issues unresolved for years. Some sort of auto aim mode. Class to be more on casual content. Nah, I don't think so. No, I disagree. I mean, it would be nice, but I disagree. For some reason, what the fuck? Why is the devs responding? Okay, interesting. It is a very wealthy company that buys games. Meh, oh well. The only reason why I even played this was mostly because of Rot F. Well, I played it because it was free to play, and back when I was a kid, and I couldn't run many games. This is one of the few games that I could run, but it's not very good, honestly. I just wish this game was more like a Rot F, Revenge of the Fallen, instead of Rot Meg. The biggest problem with this game is the fact that maxing out your character is such a long and tedious process. Oh my god, it is terrible. Honestly, terrible. It's so like, oh, it's so boring. And the upgrades, like the potion, like whenever you do max out, it does feel there is a difference. Like for example, speed, right? Like 0 speed potions versus maxed out speed, you definitely feel the difference. Definitely feel the difference, but it's not huge. It's not humongous. And that it's what's it called? It's compounded by the fact that it is permadeath, so you'll die a lot. Halls of Torment, I actually played this game. It was pretty good, but not as good as Nordic Ashes in my opinion. Is this a Chinese Hades?
My blade needs sharpening.
My blade needs what is that? AI or something? Self feels heavy inspired. 2 actives, not only modify your goal, pen different ways. You have a pen this game. Well, you have 11 player. Okay, so this seems like a Hades but more replayable. Cool. Man, I really tried to play Hero Siege, and it looked cool, right? But I don't know. It just never. I don't know. Just never clicked for me. Astro Ascent. This is basically. Honestly, I feel like this game would be better if the combat was more like Brawlhalla or like Super Smash Bros. Either one of those two. Absalom was really good. Absalom was actually pretty good. I just I just got a bit bored. That's it. Skill issue, I guess. Warriors Abyss. Is this freaking whatchamacallit? Yeah, it's a Musu game. Kingdom Hearts 3. Man, I cannot believe they released a Kingdom Hearts game on PC. That's so interesting. Nudity? Bomboclot. Children of Mortar. I tried to play this game. It's whatever. First person. I feel like first person shooters like those just kind of give me anxiety. Anxiety. Coming soon. When is this coming out? Is it next month coming out? I have no idea. What is this? Tale of the Immortal. Okay, simulation management. Interesting. One day I will play these Wuxia games. One day. I will do it. I promise. Okay, this game feels... Okay, I'll be honest, this game looks too Chinese for me. I'll be honest, this character looks just like Seven from Deadlock.
From the rubble of your beginning, you came.
Holy moly. Great inspiration from Devil May Cry. Interesting. Alright. After double, what other reviews say? The game looks good, it feels good, and feels... No variety to make it a fun game. Oh, it's a roguelike? Fair enough. Fair enough. Toshima The Lost Reverie. This game looks cool, actually. This game looks like games used to play back in the day. That's the game that looked cool, but whatever. Onimusha? What? Darksiders, this is the original. Womp womp womp. Void. Awakeners Battle. Is this another? It's another Musu game. Looks really good though. Cool. Cutting out. Haste. I tried playing this game. Not for me. Killer Bean. June 8th, 2026. Holy moly. There's a bunch of games coming out in June. Metro Bringer. I'll be honest, this is the type of game that kind of hurts my eyes, I will say. Bullet Heaven, Womp Womp. Meh.
Waking life is a power beyond your dream. When nightmares intolerance.
Okay. Cool.
We
Kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. Madness Incarnate or whatever the fuck. Kind of reminds me of that. Why does she run like that? That's a bit weird. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. It's really cool, actually. Really, really cool. Rogue style games? Action roguelike. Oh, it's a roguelike? Oh my god. Alice Ark. Oh. It's a roguelike? I thought it was a story game. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. This game looks interesting. Is this like a fast-paced Metroidvania? Oh, okay, nice. Perks, skills. Kinda reminds me of Dead Cells. I don't think anything beats the fluidity of Dead Cells, honestly. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Hey, I'm willing to try this, even if it's mostly positive. I'm willing to try it. This game is too good for having low attention. Blah, 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 blah. Dead Cells ripoff. Oh, that's what I said. I thought it reminded me of Dead Cells. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Berserk or Die. Holy moly, this game looks cool. What the hell's going on, bro? What am I even looking at? Use a unique keyboard banging control scheme. Go berserk or die. What do you mean? Like, I have to actually smash my keyboard? Different characters, cool. No, I'm actually confused. Is it actually like you have to actually smash your keyboard, or? I'm confused. Oh, it's the same people who made Vampire Survivors. Cool. What? Okay, it's the keyboard banging control which makes the battles all the more thrilling. The more buttons pressed, the wider the attack range. Okay. I don't know about that. I'll be honest. I don't know how I feel about that. This could be fun, destructive, wrong, but instead later levels require level precision. Like the control scheme just doesn't support. Okay. Poorly implemented. Okay, interesting idea, not executed well. Level precision, no. Oh, this is just a repeat of this. What the hell? That's weird. Ultra kill. I watched the I watched a video of the latest level. Really, really cool, actually. It's really, really cool, actually. I am very hot. Play Ultra goes like getting on blowjobs. Have the person give you the blowjobs, trying to bite off your dick, and trying to crush your balls, but every now and then they stop for a couple of seconds. Oh man. That's funny. Dusk. I saw a retrospective of Dusk. A very, very good game. Gloomwood. Oh shit, this got overwhelmingly positive. Before it used to get like, I think, positive or mostly positive. That's so interesting. I actually played a medieval. It was whatever. It was aight. Faith, I watched a retrospective of it. It was aight. It was aight. Coughing is not stopping. I think this bodily position is just not great. Holy shit, it's Gabriel. What the frick? Damn. 95, 95. Interesting. Excellent stealth game. Very interesting. It must have a lot more content now. Steam Deck, tutorial, shop. Work in the bank. That must be the new level. Portals. Cool. Hey, this is good to know, man. Awesome. Hell yeah. Props to the devs. Props to the devs. Bank update soon. State of the game. Good to know, bro.
Hi, Miss Jones. Welcome back. Yes, I'm excited to be here. I'll see you. I thought you was gonna quit. Hi, sweetie. Welcome back. I'll see you in class, okay? Boys! We just came back. Put that down. Hi, Miss Jackson. How are you? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You guys all look great. I'll see you during lunchtime.
Hella passive aggressive, man. Come on, man.
Excuse me. My class, what is going on? We just came back. Olivia.
We just came back.
Put that makeup away. Listen up, boys and girls. Not this year, please. Just because we were gone for a couple weeks does not mean that you guys should forget the rules. Remember, guys, it's a brand new year. Whatever behavior you had last year, whatever grades, you leave that in the past. You start fresh now. Do we have that?
What if you had like the best grades ever? We're just doing a whole 180 now? The hell?
Your mother told me to get the...
Tough. Roblox age verification got way worse 12 hours ago. Is this the same guy that we watched before? It might be. Every night with Jasmine. Oh, I can't not watch a video. Look at this chunky fella.
Jasmine, we gotta undo the bed. Yes.
Oh, the way he's
Yes.
chirping.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
so cute.
You know the drill.
Wait, it's a girl, isn't it?
Jasmine.
Oh,
You
she's a
do over
chunky
there.
lady.
If you just keep coming
I'll
out
be
over
honest,
here,
you should probably
It's not gonna
put her
work.
on a diet. Like,
it'll
no
have some
offense.
peaks and a lot of people love that. Alright. Hey, Jasmine. Why don't you come over here? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Aw,
Yeah, happy girl. Come on.
so
You
cute.
gotta get a little bit. There we go. There we go. And you know what?
That is a
We're cooperating.
humongous
Let me give you a
loaf, bruv.
I know. You're excited. Let me get you your brush. Jasmine, I know you got a little too excited, but you're back on the green. Here, look. You want? Yeah, there we go. You want this? Yeah, you love it. Here. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, gosh, Jasmine. Jasmine, come on. You're supposed to be over. You're supposed to be over here. You're still a little bit on the green. There we go.
Aw, such a good girl. Okay,
Yeah,
you
you
are
like
not.
that.
There you go.
You
Bro,
like
just let me brush you, man. There you go.
Thank you for moving, Jasmine. I really appreciate it. No, you're welcome. There we go.
Aw, so cute. Hella chunky though. Majestic looking tank. Rotund, bro. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, a bit too much. Oh, it's a bit too much. Definitely you need to put on a diet, but man, so beautiful, so cute. What's going on with the scrap mechanic? What's this?
The one thing you should never say to a scrap mechanic fan is to be patient. Why? Well, it's not because they lack any. No, it's because they've been spending it for years. You might remember seeing this game at some point back in 2020 with all the hype surrounding its
Oh wait, this is the game that thingy. I think it was that Mayada or Chris that was talking about. I believe. Scrap mechanic. I'm pretty sure it's the one that's been on that hasn't had an update in over 2 years, right? Yeah, it is. Scrap mechanic survival. You know the worst part is the only thing that the dev did on March 2nd was like something very, very, yeah, look at this security issue. And they probably only did that to get rid of the whole Steam label. Where Steam labels a game as not as abandoned, but they'll say that, oh, the game hasn't been updated in X amount of months, 18 months, 24 months, 26 months, you know? So, okay. Yikes. Fuchs' security. Release chapter 2. Oh, that's not good. Yikes. Yeah, this is not good. Let's get to work of the eventuality of mods. So it makes me hopeful. Oh, they still haven't implemented mods? Oh my god. 10 years, guys. That's more than every Minecraft mod. Aeronautics is out. Literal physics in Minecraft came out before your game. GTA 6 is right around the corner. Guys, I love you, but this is where I was doing something. Wanted to farm and kill robots. Hardest part was choosing, do you recommend this game? Bro, I heard you cough. Don't deny it. You're sick. I am sick. I'm not denying it. Bro, like, two of my other family members, my brother and mother, are severely ill. I'm ill, but not as ill as them because I got the power of chicken and watermelon on my side. So I didn't get hit as hard, but I still did get nicked. You know, I dodged it, but I still got it still got me, unfortunately. So yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, my brother and mother definitely have it a lot worse than me. You know, that's why you should eat watermelon and chicken. You know, I'm just saying. I black. You have to be black around these ends, you know? Say her after nicked. Who? My mother, her, okay, wait, I gotta say it in a sentence, I got you, okay? Her body got nicked by the virus that came from the spoiled chicken and the spoiled food that we ate when we went to that relative's house and we ate there. I will say, my mother, she believes that, oh no, we got ill because of the weather. Don't bullshit me. You know deep down inside, it was the goddamn food that we ate at our relative's house. I'm just saying, you know. Listen, if you want to become ill again, go to the house. Go to the house and eat again, you know. Not me, bro. Okay, I'm good. That is such a good emote, fam. That is such a good emote. But yeah, Scrap Mechanic Survival. Good game that has 2060, actually over 10 years. Oh my god, bro. Come on, guys, finish your game. You could just add a boss fight, call to finish, and start working on paid DLCs. Just don't leave it this far behind its potential. That is, yeah, hopium levels critically low. So that I can't only find a farm bot and get my vehicle ripped in half. Interesting. This game was awesome. It was novel. It was fun. Just building things was an incredible, enjoyable experience. When survival release, it was a great and a lot of fun. But ever since then, just picking nothing and nothing at all. Whoo, fam. Unfortunate. That is the curse of these types of games, right? Sometimes they just get abandoned. You know, sometimes they just get abandoned. It sucks. What the hell? No such thing as gravity. What intonation? What the? Okay, anyway. Santa Labria. Is Essen Box actually good? I think it just released, so.
Long-awaited survival mode, maybe even earlier in 2016 when it was just a creative sandbox. But as the years went on, the updates slowed down and so did communication. The last devlog as of recording was back in December 2025, after a year of nothing else, saying that a release date out of early access will be announced in the coming months. Will it be the 6th month? Will it be the 8th month? Who knows? All we got after the 3rd was a hotfix that simply said, fixed a security issue, with the top comment in response to that saying, lol, release chapter 2. A chapter that's been more than 6 years in the making. So long, in fact, that as I was reading this part of the script, I just saw that somebody released a workshop item titled Hopium Tower that was apparently inspired by the Hopium tanker. Yet regardless of how long it's been since any significant update, there is still...
This is actually a really cool... This is actually
such
such
item
a...
titled
Wait,
Hopium Tower that was apparently inspired by the Hopium tanker. Yet regardless...
This is a cool, like, design. Am I crazy? This is like a cool car design.
How long it's been since any significant update, there is still player activity and the reviews remain very positive for good reason. Make no mistake, it's not a bad game. But as you look closer, you can start to see the old age question beginning to be answered. And that is, how long is too long? In early access, or just waiting for an update? It's a subjective question that highly depends on the game and community.
I really hope he mentioned the fact that the only reason why he fixed the security issue is to just get rid of the abandoned label, you know? Because before the security issue, the game did not get an update for like over 18 months.
community behind it. And for Scrap Mechanic, with many players who've spent many hours playing it, you can start to see the frustration come through. Even in the positive reviews, people are hoping that this next big update comes sooner rather than much later, because it's been in development for 10 years already. So why and what's going on?
I just realized this guy, speaking of which, this guy does not make a lot of videos, does he? Especially in recent times, right? Hello Engineer, I don't even know what that is. Skyrim clone, stuck in early access. I don't know what he does. Every month, maybe? Maybe I'm thinking of another one. Another YouTuber. Yeah, I might be thinking, yeah. Must be thinking of another YouTuber.
Like all things Swedish, the story begins in Stockholm, with a pack of pure radiation, where Pontus Holmborn and Casper Antonius finished working on a Minecraft prototype build.
Don't care.
Where they began to mention multiplayer, or just imagining the fun you could have playing with a friend. As progress went on, they confirmed over 100 building parts, updated textures for blocks, and even showed off these user-friendly in-game manuals to explain how things work, as well as other fine-tuning. With such a small team at the time, they were already getting a lot done. But where things got really interesting feature-wise was much later in December, with the introduction of the controller block. And this thing basically turned the game from a fairly simple engineering sandbox sim to one where you can make stuff transform at the press of a button. The way the controller block works
Oh my god, that kind of reminds me of Robocraft. Do you guys remember Robocraft? I played that game quite a bit. Did they remove it? Robocraft is shutting down? What? No! Is open and again in development. What? What do you mean? Oh, hell no. What? No, you've read the... Yeah, no shit. No, actually, bro, what? Stop killing game. Wait. Whoa. Mostly positive, mixed reviews. Yeah, obviously the game wasn't great. Okay, I only played it for 3.6 hours, but I did play it, okay? Wait, why is it? Why? What the hell? What the heck? 2014, 2015, 4 classes, played for like 3 days, buying puzzle. Yeah, I remember the game was was it pay to win? I think it was just a bit grindy, wasn't it? Yeah. Archive general discussions. Wow. 2015 updates? That's so interesting. Wow, I this whole time I didn't realize that actually. I mean, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, it's kind of like, wow, okay. The game was the first game. I just got worse and worse every update until I couldn't take it anymore. Never touched it again. 1,200 hours. 1,200 hours is crazy. I had 3.6 hours and then I just stopped. Jeez. Armor blocks have fixed health. Giant boss that could be mixed in some battles. Only them are to blame. I agree. One of the few. Just because. But the gamer community brought back that game from the dead, even though Free Jam went bankrupt. Oh wait, so they even have it. Okay, interesting. Special mode that had Battlefield Conquest, Robocraft Royale. They had Battle Royale even back then. No way. You might have finished my first robot, the Engineer. Okay, 3 months ago. So I'm assuming what's gonna happen is Robocraft is just gonna get private servers. I'm assuming. Robocraft 2015, community revival version, some new content features, also open jam servers, Diode Arena, build a bot and fight, crossouts, May 2019, Jesus Christ, development ceased and on the sporadic version. Wow. Okay. Damn.
All right, we're back talking about.
It died really early. Wow. Horror stopped being scary. Here's why. Okay.
Simple. You place it down with a button or a switch, then connect it to the desired bearings you want to control, and then program the bearings to move in a sequence that can either loop or play and reverse. In their own video at the time, they showed this off by making a simple door. But then later in the video, they showed off this house that transforms into a car. And although this wasn't anything entirely new to the gaming industry, this was one of those moments that really made the game stand out. It really sold the idea, and early access couldn't come any
that's
sooner.
so cool. I will say, I'm watching the video on 2x speed. This is extremely slow.
Entirely new to the gaming industry, this was one of those moments that really made the game stand
out. That's
really
extremely slow. I'm just saying, like, to put it into perspective, I'm gonna put it at 1x speed, just original speed, okay?
into a car. And although this wasn't anything entirely new to the gaming industry, this was one of those moments that really made the game stand out.
Holy
it really
shit, that's
sold the
literally
idea and
that's
early
literally in slow motion. Jesus Christ, bruv. God damn. By the time it's finished, I would have a freaking wife and kids, bruv.
access couldn't come any sooner. Thankfully, in January 2016, when it came out, the fans could actually give it a go in creative mode, the mode that many players would get used to for the next few years, because this is where we enter the long journey to survival mode, a time in its history that sets the stage for
wow,
where
they didn't even have survival mode. Wow. Jesus Christ.
things are now, and helps to explain why Chapter 2 is taking even longer. To be clear, this was a great time for those excited about the game, and it was a good decision by Axolot to release it first in creative mode, because now they actually had players making wild creations and testing the game to its limits. You have no idea how broken your game is till you release it to the public, and that was the first big challenge for the devs, as you can see with their many patch notes for the first few months. The attention it got back then wasn't as much as it got when survival mode came out, but still, they managed to sell over 100,000 copies after the first few weeks, and minus the odd sale down the line, the game has always been $20. If you do the maths, that is a lot of success if you don't think about tax and overheads. By around April, they had a team size of 4 people, and with this success, managed to double that, as well as relocate to a larger office space. And for what they were trying to achieve, this was very much needed. Now, survival mode didn't come out till May 2020. That's about 4 years and 3 months since the launch of early access. During this time, there was also a challenge mode added in December 2018, so it wasn't entirely stuck in creative mode only. And challenge mode is pretty cool in the way that you have limited parts to work with to create a vehicle that's capable of overcoming various obstacles.
That's
They also
so
added support for people to create and
fun.
share their own challenges too. In fact, on that note, workshop support has been around since July 2016, so a modding community has always had the chance to grow as well as support user-made content to keep things interesting while everyone waits for survival.
Exist. Never mind. I thought the freaking that one reviewer said that mods didn't exist anymore. That's
So it wasn't a completely barren experience, especially with the ability for people to save and publish their own builds on the workshop. Some other content did come out prior to survival mode, and everything teased in the dev blogs was at least enough.
Was that a bath bomb? Was
People to
that a
save and
bath
publish their own
bomb?
builds on the workshop. Some other content did come out prior to survival mode, and
That looks like a bath bomb. That's
everything
funny.
teased in the dev blogs was at least enough to keep people excited. Now, I won't
Holy.
go into all of the things that were teased because there was quite a lot, but one of the more prominent things outside of the general survival environment, tools, and new enemies were these massive warehouses, which basically act as the game's dungeons. In terms of difficulty, they wanted to make these warehouses in particular quite challenging. If you're not careful, the tape bots can two-shot you real quick, and nobody prepares you for the explosive red ones. This, as well as the merchant and also a bit of a quest system, made it very clear that survival mode would actually have some sort of purpose to it, so it's not just aimlessly surviving in a world full of robots. Unfortunately, amongst the things teased, there was this really cool looking scrapyard biome with these massive towers of junk metal.
Ooh, that scrapyard looks sick. I know for a fact that that's like a super dangerous area.
Well as a potential
And
new element
lightning.
that never
Oh, that's sick.
actually made it into the game. The key point to survival mode and all the teased content is that all of this was waiting in survival mode, and seeing all this cool stuff for those 4 and a bit years did start to drag on. This same point of anticipation will be seen later with Chapter 2. However, even though some people did struggle with the wait, it was clear that with every devlog they were making progress. And this, generally speaking, helped to keep the hype going. It all looked pretty good, although as expected, and even more so as time went on, the ultimate question of when do we get survival mode, played on the minds of the devs throughout development. The question of when was asked pretty soon after the launch of early access, and to give credit where it's due, the devs never left this question unanswered. In most devlogs, there would either be a mention or direct response to this question. The pro to this is that you don't leave your fans in the dark, which is quite respectable. However, the con to it that they were very well aware of is that the answer was pretty much the same each time, and it started to sound like a broken record. Then, of course, as months turn into years and years turn into more years, the question of why it's taking so long starts to take front stage. And in September 2017, some people thought that the answer to that was because of Raft, another survival crafting game made by Swedish people. This is because for the longest time, the only content posted by Axolot Games was about Scrap Mechanic. That, of course, is till they posted a trailer introducing Raft on their channel. A game that I'm pretty sure you've all seen something about at some point, but it's a game
Wait,
about
they
basically...
made Raft? No way. Wait, they made 2 games at the same time? What? No way. Red Bee Interact. Is it? It can't be, right? Axolot Games. Wait, but Axolot Games is a publisher, no? What? Relaxing trash hook into a desperate struggle for survival. That shock bruises a massive pain. You can build a 10-story mansion and you still decide to munch on the exact piece of foundation where your grill is sitting. So I'm quite punishing early on if you spend more time eating and drinking than actually building. If you play solo, the grind is real because you have to do everything yourself. So drunk and brutal. One of the best survival games I've ever played. I might try it, who knows. I quite liked Grounded. I never got to, like, you know, I think Grounded had the best exploration out of all survival games, but even then I just
surviving on a raft in the middle of the ocean. It's a
Never
really cool
kept
concept,
playing it.
but the problem here is that there was a bit of a misunderstanding. That Axolot was splitting development resources to work on another game at the same time as Scrap Mechanic. If you know anything about space engineers and medieval engineers specifically, you know how risky that can be. But thankfully, this was never the case, as seen in the video description and the post about it. You see, Axolot Games were merely helping out Red Bee Interactive by publishing their game, not actually committing any development resources to it. So that's why whenever you see a video about Raft coming from Axolot's channel, you can at least see somebody explaining the situation, even if nobody's actually making any fuss about Scrap Mechanic in the first place. In 2016, their initial answer to when was along the lines of there's a lot to do, that they're spending most of their time working on it and it won't be out anytime soon. Although that being said, later that year, they revealed that the amount of tickets and bugs to fix the moment it hit early access caused quite the slowdown, which is no shock at all. But to add to this, they were having rendering and graphics optimization problems with the engine that they built the game on. Originally, they were using Ogre, an open source engine that served its purpose, but not well enough where they wanted to take it. So in a bid to reduce headaches and speed up the process,
I've never heard of that game engine.
They decided to make their own engine, which I'm well aware is a sentence that contradicts itself. However, when they moved the game over to their own engine, frame rates improved and there were less crashes overall, so this move at least was serving its purpose. Although, then again, the issue with having your own engine is that you need to build the tools required to create the features that you desire. When I'm making all of these set pieces on Unreal Engine, I have all the tools I need
Oh my god, that's so cool.
to get the job done. If I made my own engine, I'd have to create the tools to do even the simplest of stuff in the first place.
Oh, that's so cool. That's
So
so
for these
funny.
guys, it took more time, and it was something that they admitted to much later in November 2017, literally saying, because the game is built using our own game engine, it means we have to work a little bit harder to get the features we want working in game. So you can point to that as one of the reasons as to why it took as long as it did, although I would say that there is another reason to add. Not necessarily a bad one, but it is a point that will come up later, and it's
That
the
was
high
a
standards,
sick
the
flip.
high bar of quality that they set out for themselves. I think one of the most telling posts around this time was in November 2018, where they said that they hoped to get the game out sometime in 2019, but they also said that they don't want to commit to an exact date just yet, in case they want to add or optimize more things as they move forward. That by not committing to a date, it gives them the freedom that they need. I think uncertainty towards their own engine was responsible for this approach, but also their goal to impress, to provide something worth the wait. Was it annoying for those who hoped that survival mode would release much sooner? Yeah, vague posting is always annoying. But when it comes to setting expectations, it's a smart move, because you don't want to rush the process and risk pouring all of your hard work down the drain just because you try to meet some kind of deadline that you weren't all too sure about anyway. But here's the
Yeah, arbitrary deadlines are kind of like, you know, that's what they are at the end of the day. Arbitrary.
main thing to all of this, the one thing that dictates if it was worth the time or not, and that's the outcome. You have no idea if anything's really worth the wait until you actually see it. And was the survival mode wait worth it? Yes, apparently so, according to the majority.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. Look at that. Humongous. And then not even that many negative reviews. And I bet majority of the negative reviews were just about bugs and stuff. Performance issues, something like that.
On the 27th of April 2020, they released the trailer for survival mode, showing off the construction mechanics, boats with underwater biomes, base defense with friends, and wacky traps to take out the hordes of robots, and finishing it off with raiding the floors of a warehouse. To say that this was like Christmas coming early is an understatement. It was closer to a historical moment in history. Soon after the trailer on the 2nd of May, content creators within the crafting survival / engineering space of gaming had a first look before anyone else. Of course, bringing new eyes to it, as well as reminding those who may have forgotten about its existence. Then finally, it came out a couple days later on the 7th. When you look at the sharp spike in positive reviews, you can see that many people
Holy moly, 12,000 positive reviews. That's insane. And only 1,000 negative? Wow. That's awesome.
were happy with the product, or at least supportive of where it was going. On the more critical side of things, it did seem to fall short of expectations in regards to the amount of content as well as the pacing when playing solo. Either way, May 2020 was a very good time for Axolot games, and even Markiplier played it back then with friends. Of course, that on its own is going to pull in a massive crowd, especially with how popular Minecraft was around this time. I enjoyed playing the game for myself for the most part, and I can see that it's a good foundation for whatever they release next. While playing it, I could see the appeal and also the frustrations. But more importantly, to the question of how long is too long, I got a much better understanding as to why it took so long. For context's sake, survival mode has you starting out in a crashed ship that you need to power up to be able to make key parts for your first car.
Oh, it's kind of like Factorio. But you actually use this ship instead of scrapping it.
Like wheels, bearings, an engine, and a driver's seat. Then after that, you're basically looking for components to make specialized crafting robots at the mechanic station. Once you get the mechanic station online, progression is pretty much up to you. To be fair, there is a decent introduction to the game. You're not entirely left in the cold. You at least know how to make things. But unless I'm missing something, there wasn't any real defined goal outside of buying stuff and raiding warehouses. The gameplay loop is basically the following: cruising around in a car with the radio on, getting
I mean, that's also kind of like Minecraft, isn't it? You kind of make your own story, so I guess, right? It's not like Grounded or Terraria or even Raft, where it has like at least some sort of like progression, like some sort of path you have to go through to progress the story and the world.
this song stuck in your head, looting haybot-infested ruins full of crates, setting up an unauthorized farm that will get attacked by robots every now and then, produce crops that you can eat, turn into a proper meal with the help of a space cow, or pack your produce into boxes to sell to a merchant to obtain a bunch of cool stuff like the spud gun. On a side note, getting one of those took a lot longer than I expected, and it involved saving a caged farmer, then rolling said caged farmer to the merchant
What the fuck? Oh, okay.
to sell back into captivity. With a spud gun that thankfully doesn't drop upon death, you can properly take on a warehouse full of loot and merciless robots. If you're not prepared for it, the explosive ones are a bit of a jump scare, and are genuinely a threat not just to you, but the entire environment if the two-shot tape bots weren't already scary enough. Although, after facing a farm bot for the first time to get the key to the warehouse, I already knew that raiding one of these places was going to be a rough time if I wasn't careful. Because man, even the haybots, the common enemy you'll find out in the world, can chunk your health pretty quick if you don't keep your distance. The more you play, the more you're reminded that this is still an unfinished early access game. As weird as it may seem when you watch footage of it, there is this empty feel you get over time. It's something that you'll feel in many survival games, but in this game at the moment, it comes about pretty quick, and I can see why many people are eager for Chapter 2. To be fair, it is to be expected, and that doesn't take away from the fact that it is still fun to just upgrade your car and cruise around, hitting the odd robot on the way back home. The game has a good foundation, and I think it's the
What the
foundation
fuck was that?
hitting the odd robot on the way back home. The game has a good foundation, and I think it's the foundation that explains why things took so long. It's one thing to throw features into a game and call it a day, but it's a whole other thing to provide a meaningful, balanced, and fair reason for said features to exist while also considering the space for new ones later down the line. Every task, feature, enemy, component, and building part has a reason to be there, not just for the sake of it, but in the way that it makes sense to fight haybots, because there's a chance they'll drop component kits that you need to upgrade the craft bot, or parts for your car. It also makes sense to save woks or these space cows from robots because you can feed them corn to get milk, corn that you can find much of in the haybot-infested fields. It makes sense to build a car in the first place, not because you can't run fast to a key location. In fact, for a little guy, you can move pretty fast, but because running requires food. Unlike many other survival games where you can cook on the go, it's not as easy here. You can technically just drink milk and open crates to find some kind of food. However, there's no way to cook food without Cookbot, which by the way provides food that instantly fills you up and heals you at the same time. So the best thing you can do is farm for food and ingredients rather than scavenge for it. This on its own provides a reason for you to set up a base in the first place. So then with that in mind, it makes sense to set up a farm, especially if you want to package your produce and sell it to the merchant. The only issue with farming is that your farm will always be unauthorized and it will be attacked when the warning timer goes down, meaning that you need to build a defense, like a wall. But building a wall requires materials, like wood. Wood that can be of course obtained by hammering down a tree into chunks that you can refine by hand. Although it's not a lot of work, it still takes a fair amount of time and you can only get scrap wood from small trees. Scrap wood on its own is pretty weak, so it makes sense to use the craft bot to make normal wood blocks out of it. Except it doesn't make sense anymore because you could just put a saw blade on the end of your car with a resource collector that automatically picks up wood until full, then chop down large trees that you can only cut down with a saw blade anyway, and then bring the wood to a refiner that will
Okay, alright, this is... this feels, I don't know, it's starting to feel a bit tedious now. What is this?
automatically refine the material. The thing about these large trees is that they refine directly into normal wood blocks, skipping the whole crafting process. So with that in mind, it then makes sense to engineer a solution rather than doing things manually. Not because the game forced me to do it, but because it actually makes sense to. It's the same thing with watering crops. It's just better to set up a water cannon because, as anybody who's played this game knows, using a bucket can be very tedious at times. I never bothered using the water cannon because I was trying to speedrun the spud gun, although I will say this after watching videos about it, it is highly suggested for any farm bigger than this. These guys didn't just throw survival elements into their mechanic game. A lot of time was clearly spent trying to make things make sense, to provide some balance and fair enough problems where the best solution is engineering something. It's not perfect and it never will be. I also have to clarify that the need to engineer something as a solo player feels less necessary as it would do with a group of friends because the requirement for resources that you need to survive isn't as high. Regardless, you can see the amount of consideration behind everything. It's clear that their scope grew and over time they had to consider how each element would impact their plans for future content.
True, you know what? It's the small details that really
Because
matter.
this is the foundation of a larger picture, it takes more caution and time to plan ahead. If this was the final product, then it would have come out sooner, even with all the bug fixing and engine issues. So with all that considered, plus some additional content and them trying to meet their high standards, those are the main factors that I think explain why things took so long. But it's 2026 now, way past the time it took to get to survival mode in the first place. So where's chapter 2? Well, without dragging things out for too long, I'd imagine probably sometime soon, based on what they've alluded to. We'll have to see how well that milk ages. Although to try and figure
What's gonna come out first? GTA 6 or Chapter 2?
out why it's been taking so long, looking from the outside in, you only need to go back to the Steam community tab and check out the dev blogs. You see, with the release of survival mode, the rest of 2020 was understandably quite busy with all the bug fixes and technical issues to address. Although it wasn't until the 22nd of December where new content for this new chapter was teased, and looking at it, it explains a lot, because there is a lot, which I'll try my best to summarize. Most of it comes with the addition of digging and going underground. This on its own expands the scope a lot,
Oh shit, another dungeon?
but also opens up a lot of room for new ideas.
Oh no, it's just like an underground, oh shit, underground biome.
Like for example, why not add sticky wheels to the game so you can actually climb tunnels whilst you drill with a new
Oh, that's sick.
plasma drill, and drilling could be easier with a turret, so good shooting stuff. If we actually want the player to
that's
explore
so
a lot more, then
cool.
why not add some UV grow beds that you can not only use underground, but just stick onto your truck? Obviously with digging comes new materials and new ores that need to be processed by new robots. Exploring underground would be pretty boring without any other unique location, so that's a whole other thing that they're adding to the game. And with that is obviously going to come new enemies that they're going to have to conceptualize, create, and balance. In fact, speaking of enemies, in later dev blogs, they actually showed a bunch more that they can add to the game, including variants of tape bots as well as a paint bot that you can find in these giant grow labs. Warehouses at the moment end in a rather anticlimactic way where you make it all the way up to the top to an empty roof. In chapter 2, they're going to be adding a trash bot boss fight, which honestly looks pretty cool. They also reworked the lighting, so it looks better in darker places. They also did a lot of optimization so that the game can run better, even with a whole bunch of physics objects going all over the place. And when you see it all, it looks amazing. But even though they did release some content throughout this time, most of what's been seen in these blogs has only been teased for chapter 2. So when you consider how much time it's been and you can see all of this cool stuff, you can understand the build-up of frustration when you know that the majority of new content is stuck in chapter 2. In March 2022, they answered the question of when in, again, an understandably vague way. But it wasn't until months later where they actually revealed why things are taking so long this time and why it's probably going to take longer. This is what they said. A new thing that is currently slowing things down is our decision that the huge release of the next chapter is also going to be the update that will take Scrap Mechanic out of early access. So this changes a few things. It means that a lot of extra polish and optimization has to be in place as well on release. This
So essentially they want.
doesn't mean it's going to be the last update. However, it just means that Scrap Mechanic will be in a released state.
So it's just they're kind of like not perfectionists, but they really want this to be like a very, very good release with as little bugs as possible.
The fact that they're aiming for a full release explains a lot. Clearly, the scope grew to a point where they thought, screw it, let's go big. So if you needed an explanation as to why it's taking longer than expected, this on its own does well to answer it. But that's not the entire reason. Because in December 2025, with their latest devlog as of recording, they revealed that they hit a bit of a bump in the road, saying the following. Earlier this year, we ran into some significant design and technical issues with the underground digging gameplay. Simply put, it wasn't meeting the quality bar we expect from Scrap Mechanic. So again, similar to survival mode, standards come into play here. Back in 2021, they said in a Q&A that they didn't expect the success they got, and as you can imagine, with more eyes on your work, the decisions you make carry a lot more weight. When you've got developers that care about the quality, this only contributes to the attainment of a higher standard. And with a lot of success comes money that buys not only more time to spend on development, but also allows space for greater ambition. Having high standards and trying to meet high expectations isn't necessarily a bad thing when managed, but it can easily kill time, and it's very easy to spend time when you've got the cash for it. Time that, as more is spent, increases the frustration of waiting for something. And after nearly 6 years, it's no surprise that some fans who have dedicated a lot of time to the game already have been or are starting to voice their frustration. Scrap Mechanic is a good game to look at when asking the question of how long is too long, because it's not a bad game. The devs don't appear to have any bad intentions either. But saying that, not much is to be desired for the lack of any real content since the game finally got wage blocks for the first time back in December 2024, or the lack of communication in the past couple of years, or just being very vague about when something is going to happen. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the question of how long is too long is now being answered by the community. Many people still show support for it, rightfully so. Although understandably, there is a growing number at their wit's end. It looks to me like they've let ambition take over the scope in some places, and this decision to go from releasing a second chapter to instead out of early access only prolongs the wait. It could be the best thing ever when it drops, and I've personally got high hopes for it. Although considering the lack of communication, people have got a right to be annoyed. I understand why you'd release content in big updates because it's easier to keep everything connected and ensure that new features have some kind of purpose. But I do think that Axelot's approach is pushing it. Now, there is something else to this story, something that I've not dug that deep into, but there are quite a few people that believe that they're splitting resources, that they're working on another game, and you can't blame them because when you look at the website, you can see a third slide that says something else is coming. So perhaps the reason
Why the hell would they be working on a new game, bruv?
why things are slowing down is because they're actually trying to make a new game rather than just publishing it like they did with Raft, a game that unironically has a second chapter. Then again, who knows? Because it was recorded that Axelot Games trademarked Crew Commander back sometime in 2022, and since around 2023, a new Stockholm-based game studio called Cosmico has taken the trademark on. I'm not too sure what to do with that information at the moment, but I will throw it out there regardless. Either way, the ultimate question for Scrap Mechanic
Doesn't
will
seem
have to be
a
answered at some
very
point,
smart
and that
idea.
is the simple question: was it worth the wait? While we all sit here and wonder, is it worth the wait? And that's all the salted licorice I can spare for Scrap Mechanic at the moment. It's a game that I played out of curiosity, unironically because of Hello Engineer, spent way too much time playing, and decided to make a video about because I felt like it was it's worth trying to dive into some reasons why things have been slow. It's a good game, and I think it deserves that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I expect.
That's so cool. Hey, this was such a good overview of the whole situation. I'm happy I watched this, man. This was awesome. Was going to scrap mechanic? Nothing. It's still in early access. Yeah. Hide and seek series and definitely one of those. Can't bring myself to hate it, but God, is it hard to ignore the flaws? True. Rip my mechanic. She got hit by a potato. Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit with a bazooka. Yeah, think about it. Couple. Oh man. They took so long that scrap mechanic is now in Minecraft. Oof. I think referring to create or aeronautics with patient transform Minecraft and scrap mechanic and is in 1.2 1.1. Interesting. True. Zomboy play here, I understand. To be annoyed that the updates were often enough to screw up all my mods, but not often enough to actually finish the damn game. At least the updates are ginormous. Thousand-hour scrap mechanic fan here. I wish the devs communicated. Just don't feel like the game is abandoned with how incredibly rare any sign of life from Axolotl is. Grand No Man's Sky strategy. At least No Man's Sky updates are actually something to do and thought through updates. True. Worst part is knowing that an update is going to happen, but never knowing when. Zemnis. This game could have been a forever game if it was done right. It still has potential. It's just chapter 2 is just taking a long time. It is what it is. Got bored, went to school, moved towns, mom died, finished school, and this game is still in early access. Oh man. Many mechanics keep getting scrapped. If you're taking so long, you have to better, because otherwise they're not, because I have to list a bit more. 6 years. Oof. Tough. The toxicity of YouTubers. Tomatoes and toxic YouTubers. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Interesting. Anyway, let's finally watch this video. This must be an update on the Roblox situation. How to solve the fertility crisis. Don't look at me like that, bruv. Aw, it's the cutest political couple on the internet. Asmon Mold and Hassan Nabi.
About some more dumb Roblox news. I did not expect to talk about age verification at least for a while longer because Roblox Kids and all that stuff doesn't roll out for a little bit longer. I think we still have a few days before that happens. So I thought I had like a few day break before I would have to talk about age verification and stuff like that again. But no, Roblox decided that on a random Saturday afternoon, they would push out a change or at least start testing a change that has to do with age verification and age checks. That is terrible. I'm not going to make this video too long since it isn't a crazy big feature, but it's still something that is absolutely crazy. So you can see RTC just made a tweet recently about an hour ago and they said Roblox is testing age gating select avatar items on the marketplace.
Wow.
The item remains free, but users must complete Roblox's age verification process to unlock it. So
Okay, so what they're doing is they're essentially bullying you into basically verifying your age at this point. Like at this point, you're gonna have to age verify just to log into your account. Yikes.
literally now the catalog can be locked behind age verification, which is crazy to me because like if they're doing this, right, and they're trying to get you to verify your age, whatever, to wear certain things.
First it was the chat, then it's catalog, then it's gonna be games. What will be next?
Things. And I can only imagine that this is because of the more mature items that may be on the platform and stuff like that. But if I'm being honest, bro, Avatar's been a problem for so long, and this is not the way to fix it. I'm just gonna say this is not the way to fix it. I don't know what Roblox is doing going about it this way, because this is definitely something, to try to get more people to age verify and maybe fix some of this Avatar stuff. But that's not how it's gonna work. Why can't we just like delete the mature stuff off of the catalog instead? You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just delete
True.
that stuff and not have it be on the catalog at all? That's greater, because then it takes away some of the, I don't know, horniness inside of the party games and stuff like that, where most people who go inside those party games wear this mature stuff. So just to give you guys a bit of an example, this is a regular free item on Roblox. You can see that it's completely free. I could buy it right now for absolutely no charge. I'm not going to do it though, because this thing is a layered clothing item and it looks absolutely hideous on me. But you can see, yeah, right, this is what you...
Oh, that's so cool. I should probably get that. Probably get some drip
usually
on
would be,
me.
and this is how it has been for a while. This is an example of the unlock with age check item. You can see it's still free,
the
but you have to do an
frick?
age check to unlock it. And you can see this one looks even worse on me. This shit's so stretched and it's awful. This item just came out, I think, or like came back out if I'm not wrong. Yeah, you can see it doesn't look super good on me, and yeah, I definitely would not sacrifice my face to unlock this this pretty terrible looking t-shirt here. So yeah, you can see, yep, there it is though, in all its glory, or not glory. I don't know why I said all its glory. It's not. You can see, yeah, unlock with an age check. And if I were to click on this, you can see that it goes to two-step verification.
Yikes.
Asked me to do some other bullshit, and yeah, there you go. Also, I just realized that this is down here. What the hell is this? Why
Is that a
what is going on with?
bra?
Oh my god, now I got tits on my shit. What the hell? Okay. Oh my god. And this
Why
is
is
yo,
his
you can
one
like
so stretched? Jesus Christ,
this too.
man.
I forgot that this was even a thing.
He's
Oh my
too
god. Okay, we're making
bulky.
a new/old.
Oh my god, they added in rent. They added in rent the item. Oh my god, no way. Oh wow, bro. To put into perspective, there was a bunch of games like Contract Wars on Congregate, Microvolt, where the game was like obviously you could pay money or premium currency for better weapons or other weapons, right? But if you were broke, you could just rent the items for a fraction of the price. Oh my god. Let me see if Contract Wars is still Contract Wars game. Free to play first person shooter. Yeah, oh my god. It's still here. Bro, I remember this. This game was, I don't know why, but I actually really liked this game. This game was hard, but I actually quite liked it. It was pretty good. Can I actually play it? That does not look like Contract Wars, bro. That does not look like Contract Wars, fam. Redcuts.io. Is that like the Wild West? Rivals Roblox. Why is Roblox in here? 2v2.io. That just looks like Splatoon. Marine Showdown. Sorry, this game is no longer available. Okay, why the fuck? Okay. This is on Roblox. Contract Wars. 2010. 0 players playing. Yikes. Contract Wars game. Has a client version now. This was 9 years ago. Wow. Base map is in progress 6 hours ago. Contract Wars 2026 gameplay. What? No way. Oh wait, I think this is one of the maps that I played actually. Oh my god. Okay, I don't think okay, interesting. Whoa. Client. Let me check out the gameplay. I'm curious. I remember this, yep, I remember this. Loading screen. Pretty sure you could aim, yeah. Sound design was actually pretty good. I'm pretty sure you can aim with the... Yeah, there you go. Okay, never mind. You know what? Despite the game being like pay to win, and it being very hard to... It being very hard to... How do you say... Try out new weapons. It's you can still hold your own, honestly, except sniper maps. The really big maps where you play with snipers, yeah, those were tough. Also, and honestly, I'll be completely honest with you, I only played like small to medium sized maps because a lot of big maps were just a nightmare to play as a free to play. Also, I remember, I think there was bro, I remember there was even kill streaks. I remember the first like few times I played this game, I was so bad at it, but after I got used to it, I'm pretty sure I got it like a nuke, bruv. It was so cool. It was so cool. It was awesome. Yeah, again, I don't know why. It's such a generic FPS, but it was just fun. I don't know. Oh, but what about Ballistic? Oh my god, Ballistic was one of the best class-based FPS out there. It was so good. Ballistic gameplay. It was so good. No, not this one. Shadow gameplay. Shadow. Wraith was. This is all Apex stuff. Frick. How do you say? Explosive? It was like, my favorite class was the Grenadier. Grenade Facebook? It was on Facebook. You could play on Facebook. Yes, Grenadier. There you go. Like you just hurl grenades ever, fam. You'd be a freaking kamikaze, honestly, bro. It was awesome. Seems like not many people are playing this game though. 11 years ago. This game was really, really fun. You can be invisible. You can play melee, be invisible. You can play sniper. It was really cool. I'm not really throwing grenades, but then again, this map is not very good for grenades. Oh my god, I remember the meta progression is you had like a skill tree. And I remember one of the skills for the Grenadier was that you could throw like 2 to 3 grenades per throw. It was insane. It was either that or you just had more grenades. Can you not aim with your... Berserker Gremlin shotgun gameplay. Oh yeah, I remember this map. This map was perfect for Grenadier. You can get on top of the crates. Oh. But of course you just play shotgun. It's tough, it's tough. What's Haze?
When I first played the game Haze, it was with my physical copy on my physical PS3, which meant the game was American scene. Do you speak American? You speak... Taking this game back to copter.
Looks like a Halo. Shadow gameplay. Oh, whenever you sprinted, you could, you become invisible. That's very interesting. Wow.
Discoveries on this platform, for better or for worse, I don't know. I don't see the need to ever wear a clothing item like that or even own it. But you know, I guess it's there for you weird people. But yeah, getting sidetracked. This is what's happening now. This is
The main point with these controls, forcing you to age verify is the fact that they have control over you, right? You have a choice, right? You either age verify or at some point you just cannot play the game or cannot play your favorite game. It's your choice, you know? But they essentially force you.
This is what is on the platform. They're testing it with this item first. I'm pretty sure it was the Stripes t-shirt that they tested it with first. And I guess this is just, you know, if it turns out to be successful, which hopefully it's not. I mean, I pray every day on Roblox's downfall, but hopefully this is not successful so that they don't decide to really go full nuclear with this because they very well could. They could easily go full nuclear.
In fact, success is not even the point. It's the fact that they're just testing the waters. They're going to do it regardless. They don't care.
Nuclear with this, and they could easily make...
You know, if they cared, they would never do the chat update. They would never do these age verification.
All free items on the platform just have to have an age check to unlock, because then, you know, it's like, by then, it'll just be, oh, you want to customize your avatar? Let's do an age check first, right? So I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, just knowing Roblox and what they're capable of, which they're capable of doing a lot of bad shit. I would not be surprised if later in the future they say, yeah, just to have any free items or get any free items, you need to complete an age check. I wouldn't be surprised. Hopefully that didn't give them any ideas. Please, if there's any Roblox people watching this video, hopefully not. Fuck off, please, get the fuck out of here. You didn't hear me say that. But yeah, with that, that is pretty much all I have to talk about, just this new age verification stuff. Yeah, it's getting scary, if it hasn't already. Yeah, with that, that's gonna be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Mr. Bazooka is mad that kids don't send him their faces. Yeah. Kaboom. Get rid of NSFW and predators off the platform, please, Roblox. No, I choose death. Powering imagination, more like powering identity check. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Roblox's all ages game update got worse. Just the worst thing possible. Oh, this was the same guy 3 hours ago. Wait, hold on.
I am horribly late to this news. I think a bunch of other YouTubers already made videos on this. So sorry, I apologize. The whole please donate stuff just kind of came up out of nowhere, and I kind of have to talk about that. But this is huge. This is probably bigger than the whole please donate stuff. What I'm about to show you here is probably the most prime example of Roblox just being stupid and greedy as fuck. Most people would probably say that this is
Also, how fast are these updates coming out? Jesus Christ, man, relax.
a perfect example of that. And it's also the worst possible thing that they could have done with their metrics. And metrics is kind of a hint as to, what is going on with this. So this tweet came out, God knows how long ago. It came out like 3 or 4 days ago, but in YouTube time, that's like 2 years ago. But it doesn't matter. Still talking about it. Roblox turned the 500 player gate into a spending problem. This rule
What's the 500 play gate? What does that mean?
decides if your game can reach players under 16. Roblox says it looks at account age, play history, and platform spend to decide. According to the dev forum and official docs, a highly engaged player is someone who has made a minimum purchase anywhere on Roblox in the last 60 days.
Highly engaged player is someone who spends money? Really?
They don't have to spend in your game. No recent spend equals they don't count towards the gate. A player who grinds your game for hours but hasn't bought Robux lately won't help you. A player who bought Robux somewhere else, even if they've never played your game, can count. This will impact so many new developers with these changes. So the whole question of what is a highly engaged player.
Okay, so this just further incentivizes games to not be good games, but games to just like hook you in whichever way possible and make you spend money. Best example would be like the gambling simulators. Please adopt me. Pretty much, yeah. Any gambling simulator, any like game that just makes you want to spend money. Jesus Christ, man! Oh my God.
Player has finally been answered, but it's really bad. The answer is really bad. So if you didn't know, a highly engaged player is basically part of the new requirements for the developers. If you want your game to be shown to all ages, or not like shown to all ages, but be able to be played by all ages, then what you need to do is you kind of have to send your game through this process of collecting a bunch.
Oh, that's so insidious. That's so insidious. Like, it incentivizes your game to make money, not be a good game. So then that snowballs to be available to all ages, be shown to all ages, and then that just makes you more money. They're just doing this for money. That's it. Oh my God.
Bunch of players that join your game that are above 16 that are quote highly engaged, and nobody knew what that meant for the longest time, right? Nobody knew what a highly engaged player really was because Roblox doesn't tell us shit. All right, Roblox doesn't tell us a lot at all. They hardly tell us anything when it comes to updates like this, and they've had a history of not telling us a bunch of stuff, right? They switch stuff at the very last moment. They do all sorts of bad shit, right? And it's crazy too because they ask for feedback and stuff like that on these updates as well, and then they don't take our feedback. So what, like, why the fuck even ask for feedback at that point? You know what I mean? Why would you even ask for feedback if you're not gonna, actually take it to heart and maybe change it for the better? Because I can guarantee you there are a lot of smarter minds that are in the developer community and just among the regular, player base that could probably come up with better solutions than the people at the Roblox HQ can, right? So anyway, the highly engaged players are part of the reason why a bunch of developers are now struggling, all these small developers or whatever that are trying to get their games out there, right? Not only do they have to basically bend over backwards to Roblox and give themselves the ID, but they also have to pay 1,000 Robux, and now this, right? So, already there's way more gates to jump through, but this is a crazy thing. Now that we know what highly engaged players are, we didn't know for the longest time, now we know, and it has to do with money spent, which is just, oh my God, the worst metric possible that Roblox could have picked. Like, you're judging how much a player has spent on the platform if they're highly engaged. Why not use like session time or like something like that? Like that makes more sense.
Nah, that doesn't make them enough. That doesn't make the money. No money, no problem. No money, don't care.
When I think of like engaged player, I think of someone who spends a fair amount of time inside of a game, not somebody who drops money on the game. You know what I mean? Like that's just I guess an invested player. I really don't know. But you can even use invested for, people who play many, many hours in a game, which it's so fucking stupid that they don't even consider that. It's just, oh, how much money have they spent? Or have they spent any money on the platform at all? And it's crazy that they do that because it's literally just shows the greed that Roblox has. And just all this is here is just another ploy to get them to make even more money because it's obvious their stock is going down. They gotta come back somehow. And I guess this is how they're doing it. Here's another tweet that's reacting to it. Evan Bear said, insane. Roblox just said publicly that a highly engaged player is someone who has spent a considerable amount of money on the platform in the last 60 days. Genuinely insane. This explains why highly monetized games are hitting it so much faster. So yeah, that was true as well. This requirement or whatever to hit 500 active or highly engaged players, I don't even know what the fuck it is all the time, right? Because it's corporate slop. But yeah, like these monetized games are hitting it a lot faster. And this is kind of one of the things that I was worried about, right? Is all these games that are really, really good but have shit monetization are just going to get pushed out. You know what I mean? And that's really bad. Creekcraft even responded to this and said, surely Roblox has plenty of data on the back end to determine who is a legitimate player. I don't understand why they seem to be judging players solely on if they spend lots of money on the platform. Like there's so many issues with this. I've already explained it. You've already heard me yap about it now for like 5 minutes or whatever. It's probably been more than that. I don't know. I just get fed up as hell. Hit me. But yeah, like surely they have the data, right? They have so much data. They shared a ton of data when they did their, Q1 recap or whatever, which caused some investors to pull out. They did that, which obviously means that they have all that data and stuff like that to, back all this stuff up. But still, like, why wouldn't you just use that? It's such a stupid thing. Like Roblox does literally like the exact opposite of what should be done all the time. They do like all the time. I can't even think of an example of when they've done something that was like directly like they should have done that how they did. There's not many times where they've done that. I also wanted to talk about the DevX stuff again and the increased pay if you use R15 or whatever because there's been some updates on that. And it's just more salt in the wound to this or whatever because you're like, oh, you developers can get more paid. You just gotta bend over backwards and do what we want to do, right? And already Roblox has been fucking us over. But this is just more of, hey, if you let us fuck you in the ass, then yeah, we'll pay you just a little bit more. So this is exactly what they said here. They want avatars always being an R15. Avatars are always custom built human rig with 15 or more joints or parts distributed across the body in a human-like way. Avatars are always a custom non-human.
God, so many freaking rules, bruh. God damn. What is happening to Roblox? Jesus Christ. Oof. Honestly, it might be easier to just not play at all at this point. The only games I'm playing right now would be Pilgrim, and I'm just waiting for the Junk Pit update for Pilgrim. And Not even an average campaign. Steelbound is really good though. I'm not playing dummies versus noobs again. No. The devs are doing a Helldivers 2 where they reduce player power but increase enemy power by a large amount. So this is just like, you know, like at best it's a zero. At best it's a net zero. At worst it's like, bam. You know, no point. Honestly, no point.
Human form rig, and then there are no visible player characters. To qualify, avatar settings must be FAR15 only. If you're using a custom avatar system, make sure your setup meets the requirements above, blah, 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 so it has to have more than 15 joints. Meaning, they'll only pay developers more if they make their games more human-like. And that's just not what Roblox is, if I'm being honest. Like they're literally with this, they're pressuring devs so hard to try to switch to this more human type of avatar, and it's not what Roblox is, man. It just isn't what Roblox is. I've said it before. I made a video like 4 or 5 days ago now, maybe a little bit more. I'm not even sure at this point. There's been too many of these shits. But anyway, I made a video on David's, new vision for Roblox, and this is one of those steps. And I just kind of wanted to mention in this video because it has to do with developers and just another way that we're getting fucked pretty much. So overall, Roblox only really cares about money and pleasing the investors, right?
We should, I mean, we've known this, but this really solidifies it.
We've known that for many, many months now, even many years we've known that. And two, they're pushing this image of trying to be futuristic and stuff like that, but that's not what Roblox is, man. At its core, that's not what Roblox is, and I really hope it never gets to that, but shit, man, all I can do is cross my fingers. So yeah, with all of that piled into a nice little shit ball, that is going to be it for this video. I'll let you guys know if any more stuff comes out of this situation, but for now, I gotta research the next topic that I'm late on.
Whew, this was the latest video. 500 pay-to-win players to play a game to make it at different ages. Doing it for the money, of course. Maybe it must have crabs steep this low. Because it's spoiled by they just pull another surprise update that's 5 times worse than what we were talking about. Oof. Yeah, it is what it is. Why your Roblox game sucks and how to fix them. Honestly, at this point, it might be just easier to make like an actual proper game. Because holy moly, Into the Abyss devs ruined the game. I am done. What's that? Interesting. Let me guess, is that it? Nope. Oh, thank God. Thank God. This guy made what, 3 videos within the span of a day.
Roblox's new publishing requirements have been one of the most controversial updates of 2026, and it's somehow now worse. That says a lot considering how bad things have been, but unbelievably, this update may rise to a top 3 worst update of the year. It's at a point where this could genuinely change the landscape of Roblox games in a way that favor brain rot cash grabs.
Whoa. I joined ISIS on Roblox. Base,
One of the biggest concerns with these publishing requirements has been the 500 highly engaged player requirement for all ages games. If you're making a game that you want open to all ages, you're going to need to do a bunch of stuff, plus have your game reach 500 highly engaged 16+ players first. Roblox is locking all new playable games and perhaps some existing games to 16+ age-checked users only before they can be unlocked to all ages. One of the several requirements needed to make a game accessible by all ages is for it to be played by 500 highly engaged users. Unfortunately, Roblox originally never said what highly engaged meant, and early indications showed they were either really easy or really difficult to reach. Some people were spending hundreds of dollars on game sponsoring and weren't able to get even 100 highly engaged players. Games with tens of thousands of monthly visits and users weren't able to get 500, leading to questions about what highly engaged meant, and Roblox has now answered. We now know what highly engaged means, and it could very well make things worse for both developers and players. A highly engaged player is a user who has met a minimum purchase amount anywhere on Roblox in the last 60 days. They don't need to spend anything in your game. This spend creates a real cost to abuse and makes it much harder for bad actors to generate fake engagement at scale. Your highly engaged player count grows.
I think this is just
That obviously means you have spenders in your game, and they're who Roblox is looking for here. While the spender doesn't have to spend money on your game, spenders are still more likely to be in games where they can spend versus games they can't spend in. It has become apparent that free-to-play or less monetized games are having a harder time reaching the 500 highly engaged requirement than highly monetized games. This means that it's easier for highly monetized games to get access to the full Roblox audience, while it may take longer or be impossible for less or unmonetized games to get there. Roblox is splitting the game ecosystem into 2 parts. One is a smaller ecosystem for the measure.
I think this guy's just repeating what the other person said, but yeah, it's tough, fam. Howdy, Hunter. How you doing? How old are you, 78? Or were you born in 1978? What about 1778? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, this guy was just repeating the same thing as he said. Unfortunately, seems like, I don't know, man. Mayada did say that apparently I'm gonna be put in the Roblox Kids section. Simply because I didn't do the age verification. My bad. Sorry. What's this? Portal Keeper. What? Incremental Simulator. Oh, is this like a... Okay, wait, hold on. This is gonna be like it's gonna be like Cookie Clicker, isn't it? Not Cookie Clicker. It's gonna be like what do you want? Tap Hero, the mobile game version. Tap Hero or Clicker Hero. It's gonna be like that, isn't it? I'm surprised I haven't done that before. Very interesting. I'm curious. Frickin' hell. Yeah, can you stop doing this, please? Appreciate it. Every time I open a game for the first time, it always brings up the launcher for some odd reason. It's super weird. That's a very interesting... Whoa, okay, a cutscene. This is interesting. Whoa. I've joined Chrono. Who the heck is... God, that looks so menacing. God, I am so black. What the hell? Welcome to the Inner Sanctum. Before we embark, there's one important decision to make. You must choose your companion for this journey. Okay. Sage, Knight, Guardian? Well, what is this guy? Can you tell me what this guy... You stand beside the Guardian, a quiet mountain built to weather the longest storms. He bears the weight of the enemy's fury so that others... Okay, yeah, I get it. Cool. Just tell me what he does, bruv. Oh. With your protection. Can you tell me what he does at least? Okay. I'll just stick with the Guardian. Only because I do not want to... Only because I don't really care. I don't think I'm going to be playing this for a long time. I hope you'll all succeed. Equip the carry tool. Okay. Oh, that's smooth actually. Embark. Okay. You need to complete the objective. Feed 6 to 15 souls. Yeah, but how much health does my... Oh, okay, there you go. 28 health, 11 damage, 17... Okay. I'm assuming that's speed. What is that? Crit chance? Rank up at the fire. Oh, he leveled up. Very nice. He got 2 health. 1 strength. Party capacity 2. 10% luck. Damn, that's a butt. Whoa, that's a base has changed with you. Okay. Hey, you know what? At least this has some you know, not only does it have a tutorial, but it has interesting meta progression. Cool. Craft a weapon. Goblin, animal hide. Okay, cool. Was that? Okay. Okay, it just automatically does it. 12. Light. Traits. Innate skill, stab, free. Deals attack damage to target. Light affinity. Allied light units deal 10% more damage. Okay. Wait, he's a light unit? Okay, interesting. Take 25% less damage. Attacks are more likely to target you. So he's a tank. That's really cool, actually. That's pretty cool. Craft a weapon, equip a weapon. Cool. Shield. I'll probably put it on my main character. Select the unit. Oh, what does this give? 10 defense. So I'm assuming this? Oh, that's cool. Wow. And he's holding it. Wow. That's... hey, you know what? Props to the devs. Fair enough. So I'm assuming I get another capacity. Yeah. More luck. More XP. More movement speed. Okay. Tutorial boss. Oh, he got hits. Wait, does he get healed? He doesn't get healed. Oh no, wait, he does get healed. Why is it -3? Can this be any slower? Okay. Goblin level 2, 3. Can I not craft anything else? Carry, pouch. I can't carry anything else, unfortunately. Okay, I'm assuming that was a crit, right? That was a crit. Nice. 2 in a row. 13%. Oh, hello. Okay. I mean, alright. Oh, he does not have a lot of speed. Oh no, 4? Damn. So I'm assuming at the end of the fight, my goblin will heal up. Ow. Thank God he didn't crit. That was close. Okay, yeah, he did heal up. Thank God. Alright, perfect. Leveled up. Okay, cool. More capacity? Yeah, more capacity. Interesting. Move speed, gold. Wait for combat to end before approaching. World select. Why am I so big, bruv? Jesus Christ. Okay. Talk to monkey. Sprout joined the party. Oh, wait. 1 second. Wait, can I choose? Oh, I have a choice of crafting. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool, actually. Hey, fair enough. I don't have a sprint. Okay, that's fine. Goblin Mage, Womp Womp. Okay, yep. Grow a garden. Spoil the roots from the tree, okay. Animal hide. How do you want me to do that? Oh wait, they just automatically got... Oh, okay. They just got automatic... Okay, cool. Are they just all light? They're all light. Oh no, this is earth. What's his traits? Oh, wisdom damage. I'm assuming that's magic damage. You have fire at the start of each turn. He's not very tanky. Actually, he's probably a better tank than my tank, no? I think he's really good. Wow. I still have to give him the thingy because he gets more likely to take damage, so... Yeah. Animal hide. Oh. He just took 5 damage. But at the end of his turn, he... Oh, okay, cool. So not a lot of damage, but he's pretty good at tanking. Is that it? Are we done? Nice. Okay, cool. Animal hide. Okay, I can rank up again. Cool. Does it do a AFK? Anything like that? No? Your base has further grown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Seriously, has been grown. Okay. Calm forth, I await you. Oh. That was interesting. Oh wait, these are people. Oh shit, it's Krona. What's up, Krona? I want to fuse units. Kaboom. Oh, I don't have anything else. Whoopsie. Oh wait, I got another goblin. Kaboom, kabam. So get a slime, sock, noob, pirate goblin, or goblin mage. Does it cost anything to... What? Okay. I didn't... You didn't even tell me what was happening. Bro, what? I got a slime. Okay, I got 2 sprouts. Okay, so I need to do great. I got a noob. Goblin, sprout. Actually, nah, I think I'm good. What am I here for? Sell. Is that it? Open units. Okay, cool. Let me just go back. Pouch. Slime. Pause. Wait. Oh shit, my goblin died. Uh-oh. Oh no. Could you guys focus like one enemy at a time? Oh my freaking god, bruv. Holy shit. Damn. Missions. Animal hide. What am I equipping? I have no idea. Are you guys done? Okay, carry. Equip. Put you there. Pouch. What are your traits, actually? Ooh, that's really good. Nice. What about slime? Water. I like water, you know, actually, you know what? I think this is better, actually. World portal. And if I go back and infuse them again... Perfect. I got a sock. Interesting. Okay. Fuck does this guy do? Book a sock out on it. Earth. To damage targets, deals attack damage to a target. What? Passive skill. Okay. To damage targets. I mean, I guess that's good. Maybe I don't know. Let me put you on here, and then I can go settings. Combat. Can we do two-tip reference? Alerts, codes. What the hell is that? Don't care. Resume. Explorer. Oh, it started all the way at the beginning? Seriously? Really? 18. 12. That's unfortunate. But anyway, I guess this is cool if this is what you want to do. Not for me, though. Not for me. Realm Z. What's this? Oh, yeah. This was the really cool game that I played. It was fun. It was alright. It was alright. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's not
If
bad.
there's one thing that kills my excitement for a gacha game, it's working with a needlessly convoluted...
Let me see what Psyche is saying. What is he up to nowadays? Unsponsored review of Reverse 1999-2026. Dead on Arrival. 20-hour review of Neverness to Everest. What the frick is that name, bruv? What is that? The fuck? Personally recommend. See a Remnants apparently it's pretty good. Very nice. But anyway, I'll be only honest with you guys. I do not have a game to play both on stream and off stream. Like, I am bored, actually. I'm like actually really bored. I'll be completely honest with you guys. And so let's see what Limbus Company is up to nowadays. Limbus Company still haven't added in a battle speed modifier, by the way. So that in itself tells me everything about, you know, what's happening. Lobotomy Conversion Library Ruiner before Limbus. Library Ruiner is probably the best game out of all the Project Moon games. I recommend watching a retrospective of Lobotomy Corp before playing Library of Ruiner. And once you finish playing Library of Ruiner, try out Limbus Company. And if you enjoy it, keep playing it. If you do not like the gameplay of it, which I hate the gameplay, it's so washed down, it's so ass in comparison to to Library of Ruiner, that all I do now is just watch cutscenes of the story. That's all I do. Kanto 10. Jesus Christ, 23,000. Yikes. Yeah, I don't think anything has changed really. Specifically, nothing has changed with the fundamental game design slash system. In which case, yeah, I don't think it matter. It doesn't matter how much feedback I give. They just do not think it's a problem. They won't listen to it, you know. So it is what it is. Oh well. Jesus Christ, so much stuff. Oh my god, there's so much stuff, fam. Anyway, let's check out the 9.5 Kanto. I'm curious. This is very different. Holy moly, what is happening? This is very different. Hello? Whoa, this is very different. Okay, you don't have to repeat the same freaking clip every time, bro. Okay, well, it's all about photos and stuff. Cool. Good to know. K2 climbing simulation. No, I'm curious. Well, how is the Roblox stock doing? Stock. Can we get a... Oh, it increased by 0.3%. It's now 47.13 US dollars. That's pretty good. Let's see what happened in the last 5 days. Ooh, 1% increase. Wait. It's a total increase of 2.28%? Is that what that means? Oh, okay. 8.1%. Okay, that's not good. Is that a total? Is that the total, I'm assuming? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm assuming this is like the beginning of the year. I don't know. 5 years. Oh, 50%. Oh, 22. Oh, yikes. Ooh, it's pretty much a third of its original price. Yeah. Yikes, indeed, fam. I might try out Raft. Even who knows? I'll probably become too frustrated with the solo. I'll be honest. Collecting garbage, dehydration, architecture, engineering, pure hatred for Bruce. It's not a shock. Bruce, an unpaid employee whose full-time job is eating exactly the Raft piece you just repaired. Played on easy mode and honestly zero regrets. Some people want Dark Souls on water. I want a chill survival game where I can build a floating Costco without developing real life anxiety. Building system surprisingly addictive. Started with just a small raft. A few hours later, welcome aboard my 3-story floating submarine. That's really cool, actually. What did I click on? Way better than about finding titanium feels like applying for a mortgage. So the game as like titanium is made from extinct dinosaur tears. Unfinished story, I wish farming late game materials became easier because the building part is where this game becomes dangerously fun. Wow. Just to play creative mode and build the dumbest floating civilization imaginable. Then at a time I would get emotionally bullied by a shark again. Interesting. With friends in years. Very good co-op experience. 2x2. Shark eats one piece. 3 left. 24 shark heads in container. Survival Ocean Edition. Except the ocean has a personal vendetta against you. Interesting. Everyone keeps mentioning the shark. It's so funny. It's so funny. More rafting in this raft game. Raft is no longer the focal point of the game. Slowly places stand for 10 minutes. It's a story island. Interesting. I might watch like a maybe retrospective of Raft. Who knows? Alright, with that being said, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I shall see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. You know the drill. I love it. Assalamu alaikum. Bye bye.